Hey guys, this is Skylar. We're going to be doing Clarinet Week 2. Woo! Last week what we did is build the small instrument and played our concert F. Like that. This week we're going to be, connecting this to the upper joint and learning some notes on it. And then we're going to be adding the lower joint and learning some notes on that. Super fun. So let's get right into it. So first thing you want to do is have your instrument in front of you on the floor or on a nice surface. I'm standing up, so I have it right here on my bed. First thing we're going to do is grab upper joint. You can tell it's the upper joint because there are two corks, one cork on either side. And the way you connect it to the small instrument or the barrel is by connecting it from here. You'll know it's the top because there's a lot of black up here and there's a lot of keys down here. So connect it from the top. Making sure not to grab the keys or bend them, just do a gentle twisting motion. And when the instrument is on, the reed should be right in line with the register key. So it will look like this. Cool. So ensuring to grab like last week, we had our right hand on the barrel. You don't need to worry about your fingers covering the hole or anything because there's a barrel there. There's a upper joint there. So grabbing right there, we need to figure out what to do with our left hand, which is going to go on here. So having our left hand on here, it's going to hover. Nothing grabs permanently. Everything is just hovering around. You'll see that there's one hole in the back. That's where your thumb will go. There's 3 holes, 3 main ones. I know there's a lot of nonsense, but 3 main holes, and that'll be 1, 2, and 3. And your pinky finger just kind of hangs out right here. So yeah, let's go over what those notes are. So playing open, instead of getting that F sharp, it's going to sound like a G now, like this. Nothing is pressing down. Super beautiful. Going down the line, it's going to go F, which is thumb. Adding 1 and thumb is E. Adding the second one, thumb 1 and 2 is D. And adding 3, all the fingers down, is C. So going over that is trying to figure out how I could face you better. Open, G, F, E, D, and C. Let's play that. Sorry about that. Yeah, you just played your first couple of notes on these half instrument. Woo! So now that we have the basics of those notes and we know how to put the upper joint to the small instrument, let's add the lower joint. The lower joint is the other joint in the case. So, big deal about putting these together. There's a little bridge on the upper joint right there, if you can see it moving. That is super important. If that bends, then it can mess up all of your lower notes. So this is really important. When putting these together, hold down the keys. Specifically, if you're going to play like a C. Hold down those keys while you put them together. If you can see, it lifts up this bridge. And that connects to this part right here. If you don't push it down, then it's going to ram into each other and they're going to bend, and that's bad. When pushing the bottom joint up, do not press the keys because that lifts it up. Yeah, there. It lifts it up. So again, putting these together, line up the holes like that. Press down the upper joint and do not press down the lower joint and gently twist them together. And when you have these together, the bridges should line up just like that. Yeah. All right, and the last piece we're going to add is the bell. And for this, it doesn't matter how you put it on. Just put it on super nice and sweet. I like to just press it into my knee like that. And that ensures you hold it from the barrel. If everything is nice and greased up how it's supposed to be, then everything should just slide together. Like that. If you weren't going to do this though, then you could take it like this, hold it from here, making sure not to bend the keys, and just gently twist it together. All right, full instrument. Woo! So, next thing we're going to do is learn the lower notes. So, going from the notes that we do know, open, which is G, thumb, which is F, E, D, and C. Let's see how that sounds. I completely skipped over how to put your right hand on the instrument. My bad. So we had it like this. This is not how we play. We need to have our right hand down here. The way that we do it is we have the thumb resting on the thumb rest, right around where the nail meets the skin right here. And then the fingers up here go 1, 2, 3, and the pinky hangs out right around here, just hovering lightly. So yes, that's how you hold the bottom joint. So it'll look like this. Making sure when you play, there's a slight C curve of your hand. There shouldn't be any flatness and there shouldn't be any crunching. Just a nice, easy C. There should be no tension. So yeah. Okay, going on. Let's play the notes that we do know. G, F, E, D, and C. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds a little bit different because now we have the full instrument put together. And that's it. That's how it sounds. Sounds good. If you are not getting a good sound, or it's not speaking or it's squeaking, something that may be happening is that your fingers are not covering the holes all the way. A good test to see if they are is when you put your fingers on the holes, and you can do the same for the lower notes, 1, 2, and 3. Just press down pretty hard for a second. And then check your fingers. You can kind of see, but basically you should see little holes where they're covering up. There should be full holes on your fingers. If they're doing that for all of your fingers, then you're covering it up. It's awesome. If not, then you may have a leak, which will sound like this. Like that, which is bad. So yes, just think of that going forward. If you are having trouble with it, just make sure that every finger is covering it up. Yeah. Okay. Now let's learn the lower notes. We're going to learn just going 1, 2, and 3. For these notes, the top hand will have all the fingers down. Sorry, your left hand will have all the fingers down, and your right hand will go 1, 2, 3. And those notes will be, starting from C, is B flat, A, and G. So let's hear those down the line. Starting from C, B flat, and A, and G. Cool. I believe that's everything. Let's just play every note down the line just to see how it sounds. Starting from high G, going to low G. Let me face this way. And back up. Cool. I'm sorry that this video is 10 minutes. But yeah, it's just a lot of important stuff, so I felt like I had to say everything. So just to recap, put the instrument together, make sure to put it together correctly. fingers, what the notes are for the fingers, just the basics. Talked about hand placement, making sure that do a light C, easy C, no tense, nothing tense. Fingers, making sure they cover the holes fully. And make sure when you play, again, just to maintain the 35-degree angle. Cool. I think that's everything. Again, sorry for having it be so long, but yes, week 2. Woo!